what's good with y'all? So today we is trying to get my 305 to start because this car ran perfectly fine, but I was assuming that the fuel pump went bad, and that's exactly what happened. So I called, hold on, before we even go through that, let me introduce y'all to this. This is my 1988 Caprice Brougham LS. You got the 305 in it, new rag top, got the sunroof, got new carpet. I got the blue seats. I just been too lazy to go pick them up from the homie. Brand new suede top. Back there, got the customer deck speakers for the 6x9s back there. Radio. Everything is clean on this car. It just need paint, really. New tail lights, new headlights. Stock exhaust. We gotta replace those two. I got door handles. Actually, I think I got all 4 of them in here. See, we got door handles. And these are actually missing some shit. Oh, that's the broken one. So yeah, this is the new one. So yeah, I got door handles. Throw in there. But basically, I called Napa to try to figure out how much it would be to get the rebuild kit for this carburetor. And I decided to ask him some few questions. And he said it sounded like either my choke wasn't working or my fuel pump. So what he told me to do was I popped this line off right here. Oh, damn, I'm recording all wrong. I popped this line off the filter and took the filter out to check the filter. The filter looked good. So while I had this off, he said to put like a jar or something over the line and try to crank it and see if any fuel come out. So I don't see any fuel coming out of this line. There was no fuel in the jar that I put up here. So I'm assuming that this fuel pump down here took a crap. Where is it? Let me see if I can get down there. Yep, there it go right there. That piece right there. So yeah, we about to get this AC off, which I don't know if I'm gonna put back on there because AC don't even work. It's not even hooked up. But yeah, take this AC off and get that fuel pump out. And I actually want to show you a little hack that I just learned, and I want to see if it works. About the push rod that's inside of the fuel pump. So yeah, I'm about to check O'Reilly's and see how much the fuel pump is, and we'll get started from there. I called Napa to try to get the rebuild kit for this carb, and he told me to take this fuel filter off and check this, and also see if the pump is pumping. So weirdly enough, if I disconnect the line down there, well, probably not weirdly enough because it's probably got fucking the pressure from the tank, it leaked fuel down there. Like there's fuel inside of the fuel pump. But when I took it off like this and went to crank it, there was nothing coming up here. I put a jar on top of it so I see if I could catch it, but there was none. But I can't even crank it no more because the battery dead. But yeah, when I tried to crank it, there was no fuel coming out of there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start with replacing that fuel pump. All right, so we obviously ended up finding out it was the fuel pump down here, that right there. So I'm on the process of getting that out. And as you can see on the line down there, let me see if I can zoom in. It snapped, so hopefully I can get the rest of that off. So yeah. All right, so we just got back from the parts store. We went ahead and got that fuel pump out right there. Next I need to try to get that piece that broke off, but basically they had to order our fuel pump, so we gotta wait until tomorrow morning to get it. So it probably won't go back on here until my next off day. Yeah, we're just gonna work piece by piece, and then I also got a video dropping for that. We just tore the motor down on this, and we are gonna be putting it back together, getting it back up. So yeah, he could be back on ground. And hopefully at the same time we can fix this as well and get this going. But yeah, till the next one. Better. All right, bet. So this is gonna be continuation of trying to get the Caprice back running. One of my issues that I was running into was, let's see, this fuel line down there. I could not get this. Damn, I can't even get this off. I could not get this piece off to save my life. So we saying screw that fuel line, and we basically gonna make our own fuel line. So there go our fuel pump. And so basically how I'm gonna do it is I got an inline filter right here. I got 2 of these and some rubber hose. So we just gonna make our own gas line and run it to the top. Oh, and I also got clamps too. So we just gonna do it this way instead of trying to run the hard line or even try to make a new hard line. This is just gonna be an easier way. And this is gonna be better for if I wanted to go with a Edelbrock or, you know, Holley carburetor, but I don't think we're going to be doing that, or I don't think we're going to be having this motor in for a long time because we had some, it's low-key, I wish it never happened, but at the same time, it's just going to better us because now we get to put it in here. But if y'all like know from like my previous videos and my TikToks and all that, this was my fully built Tahoe. Fully built tranny, fully built motor with a cam. And I rocked this thing for 3 years now. It's been 3 years. I wrecked it, rebuilt it, the whole front end in my garage in like 3 months. Yanked the motor out, did all new gaskets, rear main seal, oil pump, cam, all types of stuff. This motor got all types of shit. So basically, we're gonna be in the works pretty soon to yank this motor out because my tranny blew up in here. I used to dog the shit out of this truck, I ain't gonna lie. So I'm not surprised that it didn't last long. Or it lasted for a long time. I had this tranny built a little over a year ago, I wanna say. So it's lasted up a year and some change plus an accident. So it done held up phenomenal. If y'all ever in AZ and want a good guy to build a tranny, the homie out in Queen Creek, I'd send everybody to him. He done built at least like about 3, 4 of my homies' cars, plus mine. So I recommend him to anybody. Antonio, yeah, he a good dude. He knocked that shit out fast, and he ain't on bullshit. He actually give you like a parts list and tell you what he did to it, all types of stuff. I used to tell him like, hey, do you mind, sending me pictures or like, the progress and all that, and he didn't have no problems with it. So yeah, he a good dude, but yeah, I just don't want to put no more money into this truck. So I'm pretty much part out everything that can be parted out, scrap it, and take my motor out, and that'll be in the works to go on this. So then we'll have an LS swap Broham with a little cam in it, a little bit of more stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go change because I just got out of work and get my mind right, and we'll come back out here to get started on this and see if we can't get that new fuel pump back in there. I know that push rod is a pain in the ass to try to get up, but hopefully we could try to get him up and get that fuel pump in there. I actually heard of a trick when I was watching a video on it. And if you take a Sawzall blade and you bend it and you stick it up in between the push rod, like basically you stick it and you push the push rod up and then you use the fuel pump to push it, to pretty much push it in there, and then you can slide the blade out. So yeah, once we get that taken care of, we get the fuel line made, and yeah, we should be back rocking and rolling. Hopefully this solves our problem with our no starting issue. I've been had it on a trickle charger this whole time because it died, so it should be fully charged. And also an update on this thing, I finally got the Dremel to go ahead and try to shave this down some more. And then we should be putting this bike back together and get it fired up. So that'll probably be next video, is you'll see me doing all the work to the bike and getting the bike back together. Then after this bike, I got another bike to work on. I got to do a tranny in that. So I record the whole process of me taking the tranny out and putting it back in. And then after that, I should have another job for doing ape hangers. I was showing the guy like it was a guy at my job, and basically I saw him riding his bike and I was like, yo, nice bike, blah, blah, blah. Told him that I, work on bikes. And he asked me if I could put the ape hangers on his. So yeah, once we get this bike done and the tranny done on the Road King on the other bike, we'll be moving on to his bike to do the ape hangers. And yeah. So yeah, let me go change and then we'll get on this. Alright, so here it is, guys. I was pretty anxious to get it back on, so I didn't record much. But as you can see, the new fuel pump is on there. We got the filter outside now, so now we can see. Yeah, it's all good now. Now she's back running. She quiet. I need to go get her exhaust down. But yeah, in the process of us doing this, the power wire disconnected. So now we gotta connect the power wire again so get the radiator back to work again. But yeah, she back running, guys. Let's go. Made my own fuel line, which is pretty easy. It's not like it's hard. But I went away with that aluminum line and went ahead and did the rubber hose with the filter right there.